Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy MidPokeMaster here today with our EWT Season 2 Draft Analysis. So, this is Automatics League. He's a really cool dude, runs the Draft League website, which is super nice. So, I'm excited to be participating this season. Season 1 was fun to watch, and when apps came out, I really wanted to apply. So, as you can tell, I got in. I love the graphics. I love a bunch of people in this league, and it's just, it's another Wi-Fi league that'll end right before the first DLC comes out, which is super fitting because after APA and NCP end, was just gonna be like a month period where there was just nothing content-wise for me. So this was just like another, just perfect timing, and especially with quarantine, it's a lot easier to handle 3 upload Wi-Fi leagues. So yeah, it's just another perfect timing kind of deal. So yeah. So before we get into this, don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more Draft League content. And, click the bell in the top right corner if you want a notification whenever I upload. So, this league has a bunch of top competition players. They're all really good. And I'm just super excited to play this season. I get to fight my boy, Dr. Slacking, which is a really good pal. I've battled him multiple times on the channel and not on the channel, so he's just a really cool dude, really good friend. So, yeah, this season has a really good lineup. You, of course, have Automatic, the owner of the league. Then you got Quinn, I believe that's how you say his name. Then we got Saiyan Salamander. We got Skyrander. We got the Uzi Gunner. We got Kershaka. I already said Dr. Slacking. We got Frosted, Onesie Bennett, Shuckle King, and Sparrow. So, a bunch of good content creators and good battlers. So, it's going to make this season even more fun and challenging. So, it's a 12-man draft. So, teams are going to be a little bit better, but since everybody's going to have a better team, it doesn't make this league, it doesn't make teams busted because everybody's team's going to be a little bit better than compared to, NCP where we had 16-man. So, I actually got 12th pick overall, which, isn't greatest round 1 because there's not that many great round 1 picks, I feel, just this generation. But I did get a wheel, so that means I'll always get to pick 2 mons at once, which makes it even better. This is a tier draft. No, it's not. I got myself confused. It's a points draft. I was thinking of, not NCP, I was thinking of APA. But this is a points draft, so it makes it even easier to get, really good teams, I feel. Because a lot of the mods are low budget. That should be higher in my opinion. But also I just want to say I'm still on my mom's laptop, so if this is the first video you're seeing of me, the audio quality isn't always this bad. Once my desktop comes back, it should be coming back in within the next few days. The audio quality and everything will be back to normal, and it will just be a lot better. So first pick, I got Como. This one's really good. Clangorous Soul is banned, but I still think this is a really good mon this generation because nothing really still switching on it. Fairy types are really the only thing that can deal with this. I guess bulky psychics can too. But this mon just has ways to beat it. You get Dragon Dance, you get Weakness Policy Autonomize. It gets Clangorous. It's not Clangorous Soul. Whatever, that base 110 attack, special attack. I can't remember what it's called. But you can pop Throat Spray with it. So, if you already have an Autonomize up, you use that move. You get the +1 special attack as you sound. And it's just really good. It also has 2 good abilities in Bulletproof and Soundproof. So, if I fight a Sylveon, don't take anything from Hyper Voice because, I could be soundproof. But, if I fight a Gengar, I can't get hit by, Shadow Ball. Which is, the abilities aren't great, but it forces enough in prep to make it decent. So, Como, 4 times weakness to Fairy, which, isn't really that good since it doesn't really benefit from Hidden Power not being here anymore. Since there wasn't Hidden Power Fairy. But it's still just a really good, bulky mon. Gives me a Stealth Rocker. I'm on at that base 85 speed tier. Gives me that dragon that you always want. I like a good bulky setup threat, which Como is. So I think it's just going to be a really comfortable mon. I didn't really like him much in Gen 7 just because I liked a bunch of other dragons like Zygarde 50 and Charizard X more. But I feel like in this generation, it's so much better. So next up we got, as I said before, we have the wheel. So we can pick 2 Mons at once, basically. So I picked up another Mon that I really wanted to use this generation, but I didn't want to pick it up in other leagues because they considered it a tier 1, which I think is an overpayment still, even though it's one of the best Mons in its field. So I got Reuniclus. Reuniclus is the Mon I love so much. I've used it numerous times. It's usually on the kill leaderboard when I use it. I just love that Acid Armor Calm Mind set if my opponent doesn't have a Dark type. But I also love the Trick Room Breaking set, which just makes it to where I can just click Trick Room and just start picking up like kills or just chipping down teams and such. Or like the Assault Vest Regenerator set, so I take those special hits, I deal damage back, but I switch out and heal. So like like an Assault Vest set with like knockoff, or I can even run like just standard defensive like Thunder Wave. It's just a really nice Mon. And it's one of those mons that I always like to use. And people you can tell how good your opponent. Let me slow down for a second. You can tell how good your opponent is based on how they prep against it, because like you can tell if they're scared of like a setup threat if they bring taunt, or just such, or just bring a good like bulky steel to make me have to use Focus Blast. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words today. I don't know what's going on, but this pairs really well with Como-O, because Como-O breaks the bulky steals. Reuniclus doesn't really, because like it doesn't always want to bring Focus Blast. It might, from the defensive like Double Dance set, it doesn't want to bring Focus Blast. So yeah, I think it's just a really nice Mon. Gives me a nice bulky regenerator Mon, which is something you always like to see on draft. So after this, I had to wait around like 22 picks, so a bunch of good Mons left. So also forgot to mention, I had my good pal OG Albino help me with the majority of this draft. Just talking about in the server, and he just kind of helped me whenever I had to pick. So go check him out. You probably know him. He's an APA like main with like Pokeaim and MB, so you probably know of him, but he's a really cool dude. So he told me I needed to pick Salazzle. Salazzle was a really good Mon because it helps break bulky steals even more for that Reuniclus. And there was another reason for it. Bulky grass types. Because Como it gets Poison Jab, but it doesn't like breaking bulky grass types. But Salazzle was just a really good Mon. I had it in PCL before it died. And it was my Dynamax captain, and I loved it. But I think it's still even good when it doesn't have to Dynamax. Because if you just get a good nasty plot up, your opponent just doesn't have switch-ins. It just has, its only way of really dealing with it is bulky waters, which my team doesn't really deal with so far, but I patched that up later in the draft. So it's just really offensive. It also has a nice sub-toxic disable set. So my opponent, tries to break the sub, I just disable, then sub again. Well, and I can toxic anything, even steel types, or like a Toxapex even. It just makes it that much better, because it makes it one of the best toxic users in the entire game. So, and I will be doing custom shinies for this league. Not all of my Mons are ready, just because, my desktop had to be sent out, and my mom's laptop does not have an SD card reader, so I can't really get the sprites. So, some of the Mons I made before my desktop went out will have them, like Salazzle, Reuniclus, and Como-O all do. Some of my later Mons. So yeah, you'll see that they're really nice, I feel. So next Mon, we got Grimmsnarl. This is a Mon I've been wanting to try for a while, but I just haven't. It's really versatile, but it likes just like setting up screens. And it has a good bulk up set with like bulk up, rest, sleep talk, spirit break. So you'll lower your opponent's special attack to make it to where like, I can't think of what they would bring in. So like I just keep lowering their special attack, but I'm also bulking up so I can just set up easier. I get the Prankster bulk up, rest, sleep talk, so I'll always be going first unless I just click a raw spirit break or whatever move I'm bringing. It's also extremely offensive with that dark, I almost said psychic, but it's fairy typing. So I'm already almost done with my Fairy Dragon Steel Core between this and Como-O. And it's a nice Mon because I can set up dual screens to make it easier for Como-O and Salazzle just to set up. And if you can see, I'm not using a lot of points up front. Like I got like 260s and 140. But like compared to other people in the league, they were already in like their mid to low 300s. So that means I can pick up a more balanced squad later on. I don't have to pick up like a bunch of 20-point mons or 40. So this mon's really nice. I wish it would have got like parting shot, because imagine prankster parting shot on this thing. It just would be fire. So I had to wait another like 22 picks. And then I got Nick Cavalier. It just helps me with fire types that my team doesn't really switch in. Wait, it doesn't help me with fire types. What am I thinking? This thing is weak to fire types. I meant to say Komo deals with the fire types this mon doesn't want to, since it doesn't really care about taking like a flamethrower, just because it's like resisted. So it's really nice. This one's just a good steel type to pair with my Komo and my Grimstone for the Fairy Dragon Steel Core, because none of them are really like hindered by each other. This one's really good if I want to set up a Trick Room with Reuniclus and then bring in a Choice Bandit Cavalier. It'll just hit super hard and just do a bunch of damage with that bug steel typing. So like you'll see like the same moves every week, like Mega Horn knockoff, Drill Run, Iron Head. I think that's it. That's all you'll ever really see. I could run Swords Dance, which could be like a cool, like set up a Trick Room, let Reuniclus die, set up a Swords Dancing at like a turn or two of Trick Room. And this mon's so bulky that it really just doesn't die. It gives me a specially defensive mon while being a physically offensive monster with the base 135 attack, to where I don't even have to invest in that attack for it to do a lot of damage. So pairing with this, I got Blastoise. This is a mon I loved before it even got Shell Smash. If you've watched my channel, you know I've drafted this thing multiple times. It gives me my first hazard remover, which is something I shouldn't have waited this long on in the draft. And with that Shell Smash, it just makes it even more of a threat, because my opponent doesn't really switch in, because like it gets 3 or 4 good moves. It gets, you get your water coverage, Scald, Surf, Hydro Pump. You have Dark Pulse, you have Aura Sphere, and you have Flash Cannon. That's all you're really going to run. You can run physical. My man Diet Tight did an APA main with this. Set up a Shell Smash. Opponent brought in a Keldeo, but he just then headbutted it the next turn, which is not something you would expect, but it can be brought. And like it's a nice bulky mon with like Rapid Spin, Scald, Toxic. I do love a good counter mirror coat set. So like if I think a mon just kind of like I can't really touch it, but I know they're gonna tag me, I can just run counter mirror coat and just they do like 40% to me, but it has a decent HP stat, so when I double the damage back, it's just dead. I've ran that set a lot, so if my opponents know me, they'll know I like that set. So yeah, it's just a really nice mon, I feel. And it's just, I'm drafting a few mons that I haven't used that I'm not comfortable with a mixture of mons that I'm super comfortable with. So this team will be kind of weird, like trying to use, but like once I get used to it, I think I'll be really effective with it. So next up, I waited another like 20 something picks, and then I got Heliolisk. I like fast pivoting electric types, and I felt like this mon was really good. It also helps me my speed tier, because right now, before this, my fastest mon was Salazzle, then it goes down to Komo, which is like a very big speed gap. So like this helps. I already have a lot of special monsters on this team. That's what it's like half and half really. But like just like you put a choice specs on this mon, in between Hyper Voice and Thunderbolt, there's not really many great switch-ins. And plus, it's one of the few electric types that can still hit ground types like Surf or Grass Knot. So that makes it even better, because so many electric types just got destroyed this gen because they don't have access to hidden power to touch ground types that would normally wall them. So most of the time this thing will be a choice Scarfer if I bring it, just because it's a fast pivoting mon with U-turn or Volt Switch. That's just what it does. It'll almost never be my breaker. It'll just be like revenge killer, do a lot of damage. So yeah, that's basically it. So then after that, I got Sandaconda. This is a mon I've been wanting to try in draft since basically Gen 8 came out. It's a mon that's really good based on how creative you are, because like it's just so bulky. I don't like that it doesn't have recovery, which is like a big problem with my team. Like a bunch of my bulky mons don't have recovery. Reuniclus is the only one that does. So like that's kind of a problem. So I'm probably gonna need to either get a I'm going to need to get a wish, passer, and transactions at some point. But this mon gives me my second stealth rocker, so Como is definitely not forced to run stealth rocks anymore. Because I'm not like the biggest stealth rock user, but like sometimes you just need it for those damage calcs. Or to make it easier to break your opponent's team. But like, you always need a decent to good ground type. Because just to make it to where your opponent just can't spam Volt Switch. So, because Volt Switch spam is very good. You get in your threat that you want against it, against a mon, and you just do damage. So, yeah, I even like its Coil Rest Talk set with Earthquake or like Body Press even. So, you don't even have to run Rest Talk. You can just run Rest and get like the Shed Skin to make it to where, in a turn or two, you shed your skin and you're no longer asleep. So, like, it's one of those ones that it's not the greatest, but like it just has so much creativity to it that it's really nice. So now I got my last two picks. So I got Avalugg. It gives me another form of hazard removal. And it's just another really good mon. It doesn't get Stealth Rock, but like it really likes Body Press because it has such a high defense stat with Avalanche, Recover, Rapid Spin. That's all you're probably going to see it. It'll run Toxic. It can run Refresh. And it really did like the heavy duty boots this gen, so my sturdy will always be intact. It's like somebody can't just like set up stealth rocks, then set up to like +6/+6, and then think they can kill me because my sturdy's broken. But with the heavy duty boots, I don't have to worry about that. So like it just gives me another rapid spinner. It's my second stealth rock weakness, so that makes me feel even better. And it is the table. So my final pick of the draft, I got Eldegoss. This is a terrible mon, and I'll probably never bring it. But it just makes my opponent not want to run many hazards against me when I have 3 ways of removing them. And it just gives me a grass type that I didn't have. So, like, it's definitely not a good mon. I'm probably going to drop it, I'm not going to lie. I hate this mon, it's just so passive. But I just wanted the other hazard remover. So, this is my team. Comment down below on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you think of my team? Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out all the other coaches, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.